Alright, guys, so disclaimer, this is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but this is just what I feel like I have to say this about the old school Star Wars movies because a lot of people really kiss ass with these movies, and I feel that although they were good movies, George Lucas, he was one of those people where he was, I don't know, a bit of a tryhard. Like, he put too much story into the movies. Movies aren't meant to be 2 hours and 50 minutes, you know. That to me is just kind of retarded. Like, if you want to spend that much time with something, just read a book. But for movies, I feel a movie should be no more than like an hour 30, you know, nothing more than that really. I mean, maybe an hour 50 tops, but I think an hour 30 is really all you need. That's just my personal opinion though. But yeah, with Star Wars, like, there was just too much story involved. There wasn't enough action. But the funny thing is, as soon as Disney bought Star Wars, guess what? It completely flipped the tables. There wasn't enough story and there was too much action. I will say though, the prequels maybe were a tad bit better. I think the prequels were actually the best movies. People debate that because they're stupid and they're retarded nostalgic fanboys, but I really do think the prequels were actually the best movies out of all the Star Wars. It sort of had the best happy medium. Now, I haven't seen all of them in their entirety, but I have seen a fairly good amount of all the Star Wars movies. But yeah, for the most part, I would say the prequels actually are the best of the movies. And, you know, how can you not like the pod racing? That's just, people who spit on those prequels, I swear to God, they're just fucking retarded. But listen, man, you know, you're welcome to your own opinions. But I can tell there's a lot of bias with the prequels. And there is even, you know, there's a lot of bias even with these newer movies, which is kind of sad. You know, fanboys, you just can't please them. You cannot please them. Someone needs to tell them that you can't go back to your past, okay, buddy? Sorry, but, you know, your childhood is gone. You're not going to be able to get it back. You know, you just got to move on, really, accept the fact that you're a fucking old man. I'm sorry, I just had to say that shit. But, yeah, you know, anyways, though, going back to the old Star Wars movies, like, don't get me wrong, like, the action sequence, and I've said this about other movies that I reviewed, like, when there are action sequences, they're legendary, like, they're super good. But there just wasn't enough. George Lucas is quoted as saying that he wanted to make Star Wars a soap opera. And honestly, I find that kind of hilarious. I mean, that you would make, you know, a soap opera about fucking stormtroopers and goddamn, you know, shit like that. It's just, that doesn't work. I'm sorry. But I do appreciate people, though, who do have substance. Disney, take notes, but, you know, like I said, it's like, you can't hate on the Disney ones. I mean, maybe like the, you know, some of the what are the, like, the solo Star Wars movie or whatever, but in terms of like 7 and 8 or whatever, I don't see how you can hate them. I think that there are not 7 and 8, but 7 and like Rogue One. I don't see how you could hate any of those movies. They were both good movies in my opinion. But of course they could have been improved. But see, that's the thing, guys, is that time changes. And I actually think that Disney did it good because really, I mean, if you think about it, like, what more story is there really to tell with Star Wars? I mean, it's just, there's already been so many others. And you can only do so much with a series. This is what people don't realize. You can't have a series go on forever, guys. I know you guys would love that, and I'm sure you guys, you know, fantasize about that, you know? But there's only so much you can do with a fucking series, guys, and that's just the God's honest truth, you know? That's the God's honest truth. But that's just how I feel, man. You know, you guys are welcome to think differently. But, you know, of course, I did love the characters. That needs to be said, too. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, all those great legendary characters. George Lucas was a very creative mind. He probably would have been better as like a novelist, as a writer. because he just, and like, I'm not trying to insult the guy because he's a really good dude and I feel sorry for him for the hate that he gets, but he was kind of a tryhard, and it's no surprise that he had little experience in film before Star Wars. That was actually his first like real movie. Before that, he was mostly just like documentary. He did a few other things. What is that? Some like 50s style movies, American Graffiti. But Star Wars, though, that was like one of his first major projects. So for those of you who didn't know, there you go. Anyways, guys, that's my review. Thanks for watching. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Peace.